started a national listening project to talk to people from all over the country, activists and organizers, about what would it take to build a movement that could truly win and transform the world. And it was out of that that I created Spirit in Action. For me, spirit is that inspires us. It's what keeps us. It's the spirit of love. It's the spirit of our heart and our connection to each other and the earth. Action, I have always came up in the direct action movement, but I've begun to believe that there's a lot of ways that we can do action, and that we have to do it in a way that's inclusive of all people. And so, yes, direct action, but also there's other ways that people take action, working in new ways of shifting the paradigm of how people think, social consciousness. So the arts and music and all of that is part of creating change in the world. We heard a lot from people about the way they get separated from their values and their heart or their spiritual practice or whatever that sustains them when they come into this work, and that has to be a part of the work for them to be able to stay in it and sustain themselves. The second thing we heard is that people said, we're never going to win unless we're working for what we want, not just what we're against. And we're not going to be able to get millions of people to join us unless we're holding out a vision of hope. The third area that people talked about was all the ways we got divided around class and race and other issues. And that was especially important area because people said the ways we have been doing this work hasn't been working. It has polarized us more than it's brought us together. So how can we come together in ways that are really healing and growing our community in a way that's built in trust and love? I come from a lot of different roots, the roots of the mountains here, from my mother's side of the family, and both from Native American, and my father came from the rural Piedmont area of North Carolina, and he's, well, I'm 13th generation Quaker. So I have both of those things. My grandfather was here in the mountains, was a labor organizer and was blackballed from his jobs. And on my father's side of the family, they were part of the Underground Railroad. So I grew up with this understanding of justice. We grew up in the beginning as tenant farmers, and I started working in tobacco at the age of 10. And we grew up without running water and in a very small camping trailer that my whole family lived in. So it was a very different experience than I think most people would understand today. What I believe can change in the world because of Spirit in Action is that we're really shifting the paradigm of how people think about organizing, how they are thinking about, instead of rushing always to do a campaign, but thinking about how to slow down, how to create vision, how to take care of ourselves and build sustainable organizations in order to be in it for the long haul and create real transformational and sustainable change.